So the crazy festive season cranks up another notch out in the Premier League as Manchester City drop further afield. Can Liverpool really win the title by January? Well, probably not, but we'll take a little look at the fantasy stakes next. That's right, folks, back once again with another fantasy football update, boys and girls, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, keep your bang up to date with all things fantasy football related, Premier League related, Blackburn Rovers related. We've got it all here. Underwaruski, that's right. Obviously, last week was a double header, so I actually missed a video because it was so thick and fast that I couldn't keep up the pace. So I am back. So it might not happen again. I'll try not to make it happen again. It could happen again because the crazy festive period does make it very difficult. So let's have a look at how we all got on. So I got on pretty average because the average was 54 points this past week. And I got 55, so I just got over the mark on this one. So not too shabby, but ultimately not good enough. Mings got me big fat 0. Obviously, Aguero's out. Ake just the 1 point. Son got me 12. Kane got me 32. So without him, I would be absolutely toast. Then the rest of the players are pretty much bang on average. Van Dijk got 6. What the heck's he doing on the bench? I need to really pay some attention to this one. So, how did everybody else get on in the Blackburn Overseas Cash Cow? Now, I think we are deep into the month of December. But this is the current stakes. Mavericks 12 by Gulshan Jane leads the way with 995 points. Completely 12 points clear from his next rival, which is I Really Need the Toilet. That name never gets old, by Joel Todd. And then it's FC Therapatholi, who's up there in third spot with 974 points. Liam O'Neill's also in there in the top 5 with Chicken Tikka Mosala. And wrapping up the top 5, it's Graphene C4 by Solomon Aquin. The guys are all above 950. Let's take a look at the managers of the months and try and remind ourselves, because I owe you all $10 except for this guy. I think I paid this guy. The Cop, Abel Mastura, he won himself the August Manager Month. 284 points for that month. And he currently sits... he's actually only got 844 points now. So he's a good 100 points off the pace within our group. But he was the Manager of the Month. Next up we had Peaky Blinders by Dario Nilaj. He won the September Manager Month. He got 206 points in that calendar month. He's up to 907 points. So he's about 50-odd points behind the top 5, I'd say, so not too bad by him. If you are lucky enough to be a Manager of the Month, get into the Discord. I'll put a link in the old description down below, and it might even be across the screen right now if I remember to put it in there. So Darren Nilaj won September. He needs some money. Alishababa by Anish Jugunungan. He won October's Manager of the Month with 189 points. So I owe him some moolah. He's actually got 749 points, so it's 200. So a good strong month, but ultimately nowhere near the chasing pack at the top. Hey, I'm not saying that I'm in the chasing pack, because I'm not. But I owe him some money. So if you're that guy, get in touch with me. Wolfgang, or the team is Wolfgang, by Hugo Orate. Got yourself 289 points in November. You are the winner of that month. So again, get in touch with me via the Discord. 289 points for that calendar month. Where are you in the grand scheme of things? You are 940 points, so not too shabby indeed. And second place for November was Graphene C4, who's in the top 5, so doing bits. Currently leading the way for December, it is the Lannisters, who is Omar Zaiwa. He's got 162 points so far after a couple of match weeks. So that's the state of flux out in the Blackburn Overseas Cash Cow. I don't know if it's too late to join. You might still be able to join, but ultimately... you're going to have to... You won't be able to be up for the previous Managers of the Month awards, if you know what I mean. Anyhow, so let's take a look at the matches. This coming match day, there's a couple of belters on. The Liverpool against Watford. Obviously, Liverpool should win this one. Watford have just signed Pearson, which to me is the most unconvincing managerial appointment going. I don't think that's going to set the place on fire, and I think that's probably put a nail in the head of Watford this season. I think they're going to go down. They had a chance to bring in Sam Allardyce. When I say they have a chance, they had the opportunity to bring in a convincing manager, one that has pedigree to get them up in the division. I know Pearson kept Leicester up in the division, but I think Nigel Pearson had some connections. Or let's Google him a quick second. Nigel Pearson. I don't think he's got anything connections with Watford going back. Never played for him. He was with Leicester, back in the day. So yeah, it just smells of disappointment, to be honest with you. I think Nigel Pearson, definitely not the man out there. There are some really good managers out there readily available, and if Watford owners had any naps about, or maybe they just think they're doomed anyway, and they just think, you know what, let's cut losses, bring a cheap manager in, maybe we'll get lucky, you never know. Anyway, so yeah, go with Liverpool on that one, goal scorers and all that kind of good stuff, clean sheets, it could be a 4-0 demolition. Burnley against Newcastle. Burnley at home are tricky, so I expect them to compete a little bit on this one, maybe win it 2-1, or at least score a couple of goals to put Newcastle under a bit of pressure. Chelsea, Bournemouth look a little bit ragged at the moment. Chelsea, Bournemouth has stretched. They got a lot of injuries. They got a lot of problems. Not much depth. So Chelsea should take this one quite convincing as well. So any Chelsea attackers, your Tammy Abrahams, your Pulisic's, now's the time to play them. Leicester against Norwich again should be a stone cold home win. Leicester look unbeatable at the moment, flying high in second spot. Without Liverpool there, they'll be up for their second title in about 5 years. How mad is that? So Leicester looking good. Norwich will probably take this one on the chin. Sheffield United against Villa is a difficult one. I think United will take it to them. It will be close though, maybe 3-2, 2-1, something like that. 1 goal in it. So yeah, you're looking at your Musets who's scoring goals at the minute. Who could be a bit of a bargain buy for Sheffield United at the end of the season. So Muset is my tip for Sheffield United going forward. Aston Villa, no goals from Wesley up top these days really. So you're looking at your McGinns, your Grealishes, who look to be the main creative outlet. Without them, I think they'll be completely buggered. So Villa scrambling at the moment. Southampton against West Ham. Southampton have turned a massive corner. Danny Ings' goals have been absolutely immense. West Ham look a little bit flustered, and Pellegrini could be out on his ear after this one. Must-win game for West Ham. Will they find something within themselves to find the victory? I don't know. Yeah, it could be goodbye for Pellegrini, who's joining the latest manager after Silva from Everton. What's his chops? Good evening from Arsenal. What's his name from Watford? It is the managerial merry-go-round, and it could go to West Ham next. So I'm fancying Southampton to at least not lose this game, so either draw it or win it with Ings being a key part. Man United against Everton, obviously Duncan Ferguson won a massive game against Chelsea at Goodison Park. Coming to Old Trafford's a different story. Man United look to be got a bit of a spring in their step these days after beating Manchester City not too long ago. So I expect them to grind this one out as well. It'll be close again, 1 goal margin, but your Rashfords are looking very good at the moment. So yeah, if you're looking for a striker on form, good scoring penalties, Rashford's your man. Everton on the flip side, were they a little bit lucky against Chelsea? I don't know. It was counter-attacking football at its best, so I heard. So I just don't know about the Everton. I just think they will not win this game. They might draw it, but I think Man United will be. I think a draw would suit Everton, but Man United will be looking for the win and maybe closing in on those top spots. Wolves against Spurs, difficult one this one, but I'm expecting Mourinho to out masterclass Nuno Espirito Santo, or whatever you call it. So I think Spurs, obviously losing to Man United not so long ago, has been a kick up their arse, but they should get back to at least getting something out of this game. Tricky game against Wolves. And Arsenal against Man City, stone cold away win on this one, 4-1. Am I going to go 4-1? I'm going big goals on this one. Manchester City to take it to them. Yeah, but no Aguero, so that's a little bit of a lackluster. Have they got their goalkeeper back? I don't know, but I still think Manchester City will have something in the tank to outroll Arsenal. And then Crystal Palace against Brighton is very tight, so I just don't know on that one. I'd avoid that one at all costs. So those are the games. Let's take a look at the points at the moment, or the stats. Is it the stats that we're after? It is the stats. So let's kick it all off by looking at the current goalkeepers leading the way. Schmeichel, Ryan, Patricio, Guiata from Crystal Palace and Ramsdale lead the way in the top 5. As for the most selected goalkeeper, should we have a look at that? Team selected by Button is the man. He's the cheapest goalkeeper on the books by, it looks like, by at least £500,000. Look, Skeltenberg's also in there. They pick him to put him on the bench to basically free up a bit of cash to go elsewhere. It's a tactic that I used to incorporate, but obviously my team's absolutely ass. But Ryan up there with Brighton as well, so maybe the Brighton doubleheader is the way to go. Getting 2 goalkeepers for the price of, what was it, £8.5 million ain't too shabby when you can cough up £6 million for one. So good bit of mathematical nous there. So Schmeichel's also up there, top third selected. Edison and Pope make up the top 5. As for the defenders, most selected by, it is Lundstrom still, £5.1 million bargain. Van Dijk's next with Alexander-Arnold, Kelly and Robertson from Liverpool completes the top 5. They are all above 22% selected. with a whopping 47% opting for Lundstrom because he's cheap as chips. But how's he done points-wise? Pereira's up there, Lundstrom second, Evans third, Robertson is fourth, and Baldock is up there in fifth spot. So two Sheffield United defenders leading the way in the defensive stakes. As for the midfielders, top midfielder is Mane, 109 points by a good country. Mane, 20 points? 12 points. But his nearest rival is De Bruyne. Salah, Son, good, but he's been on a red-hot form, hasn't he, Son? You've got to take a look at his stats. Goal. He must be scored more than one goal. One goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals this season. I thought he scored more than that. But anyway, I think he's a cracking player. Very underestimated. And Manson's up there in fifth spot with 86 points on the board so far. So that's the total points. What about teams selected? By the most selected is Mane, De Bruyne, Mount, Madsen, Sterling. Son's down there in seventh spot, so not too shabby. As for the strikers, the most selected is Jamie Vardy. But over half of the teams in the whole thing have selected Jamie Vardy. 128 points. Can't claim him. Abraham's up there, second spot, Rashford third, Aubameyang fourth, and Jimenez is up there with 19.2% of all teams selecting him with 80 points. Ain't too shabby. How about the top scorers, though? Aubameyang's up to second, Rashford third, Abraham third, and Pookie's hanging in there. When's he scored his last goal? It's back-to-back goals for him, so he's coming back into a bit of form. Obviously started the season in immense shape, gone off the boil a little bit. Look at Danny Ings up there, top banana for him. So let's go back a bit to take a look at this week's dream team. Where are we? We're going to go to the dream team. This team would have got you 137 points without El Capitano here. So Guata would have got 10, Baldock 14 for Dongan, Fernandez also in their high scores, Keita, Salah, Pepe, Son, Kane, Jota and Vardy. Those are the bad boys. That's the highest possible thing. But if we go back a hair, take a little look at who did get the highest points with 127 points. No bench bonus. They spent 48 points though on this, so it's a bit costly. This is Adel 4 from don't know, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, something like that. Sudan, somewhere in the Middle East. This was his team. They got himself 127 points. Vardy up top as El Capitano, Aubameyang, Kane, Salah, Son, Kelly, Tompkins, Baldock, Lundstrom, Stevens, and Guayata. Even no points on the bench though for this fella. So he was the top man this week. So yeah, it's all shaping up a little bit. Let's go back to the stats and take a little look at the round points, all players. So Harry Kane was the main man this week. Keita was also up there with 40. A lot of these guys were in the dream team. Pepe's up there with finally chipping in with a good return. Calvert-Lewin got himself 12 points as well. Nice to see. Inichiacho got himself 10 points. He's looking good at the moment, form-wise. Obviously, the slip-up really against Watford didn't really contribute. But 2 goals, 2 games, or 2 goals in 3 games for him. Kovacic is also doing well. Rashi, let's have a look at Rashi. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. So Rashford is banging in the goals for Man United at the moment. Martial, how's he doing? He's got himself 1, 2 goals. So yeah, not great. Excuse me. How about Neil Maupay? Obviously, a lot of eyes were turned when Che Adams made the move from the Championship to the Premier League, but he's absolutely had a nightmare. But Neil Maupay is doing bits. He's got himself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals since he arrived for Brighton. So a good bit of business there for Neil Maupay. Happy for him. And as I did mention him, Ings. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 goals this season for Danny Ings, keeping Che Adams at bay. So far. And Dele Alli is another player that is in form at the moment under Mourinho, scoring 3 goals in the last 3 games. It's got 5 goals for the season for Dele Alli. So, yeah. So there are some really, really good players out there available for you. Should we have a little look? Can we do that? Is there a way to look at players by value, by price? Okay, let's go to players under 6 million. Let's see who the leading candidates are for under 6 million. Just to see if there's any real belly bargains out there. Well, Harry Wilson, just at 6 million for 59. I got 59 points so far this season. Doherty as well for Wolves for 6 million. He's not too shabby. He's not in the higher echelons. Any other bad boys? We've got Ward-Prowse, 5.9 million, he's on 59 points. There's Neil Maupay, we talked about him already. Chilwell, still valued at £5.8 million. That's a great pickup, 66 points so far this season. So he's a bit of a coup if you want a little bit of cheapness in your defence. That's going to provide some value. Kovacic got 41 points so far. Wijnaldum got himself 47. Look at Schmeichel there. Goalkeepers are going to be up there. So it's a little bit of a false thing there. And then we're into some real cheap stuff. Evans, though, 5.2 million. He could be on the move. A lot of people, a lot of big clubs sniffing around. Lundstrom as well. Billy Bargain, one of the better defenders these days. It's kind of, yeah. We all know them. We all know the players that are leading well. So far so good. So let's go back and take a look at the actual league and the Blackburn Rovers cash cow. So it is between these guys at the moment, the top 5 with about 50 points separating the Maverick. Mavericks 12 leads the way. Can you close the door? Well, join me next time out and see who's leading the charge as we head into the back end of the December. A lot of games heading at a lot of games coming at you in the next few weeks. So this table can get a good old reface of the next 4 weeks or so. So stand by. If you're down outside the top 50, you never know. You could be into the thick of things as we get closer to January 1st. Anyway, until then, make sure you give this video some loving and make sure you smash the subscribe. I'll be back very, very soon for another update as the games keep on coming in. Until then, I'm out. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date. All things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.